We'll call the meeting to order. Have a roll call.
Kemp,
Here.
Gunderson,
Here.
Gage.
Here.
Okay. Next, we need a motion then to approve the minutes from May 10th. I think it's supposed to be the agenda, ain't it?
No.
No, it's the minutes from May 10th.
Okay.
I'll make
Yep.
a motion to approve minutes for May 10th, 2016.
I'll second it.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? All right, citizens appearance, we have nothing right now. Discussion, possible action on ballistic vest reimbursement program.
Hopefully that's what you were looking to see. It was just a matter of breaking it up to make it sound,
Yep.
it sounds better the way, this way.
Yeah, I read it and I thought that's what our intent was.
The original intent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this would be the final version, should you approve it. Does that go to council then, or is that?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
The issue date would be Monday, and I'd have to find the number for the policy.
Slide it into the numbering system.
Well, I'll make a motion then to approve the ballistic vest reimbursement program.
I'll second it.
Okay. Any other questions or comments regarding that? All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 You can come in, maybe.
Come on in and sit down, Megan. And guest.
And guest, sorry. I wasn't
That's
guest.
That's all right. We're always happy to see her.
You're sitting here and not touching anything.
The next page is criminal referrals for month, 2 child trafficking, 2 child exploitation, 1 OWS 6 offense, 1 OAR, which is operating after revocation, 1 child abuse party to a crime, and 2 TRO violations. And those 2 top ones are part of what I talked about last month that's been taking up all of our time. And there'll be more to come for that. The next one is the citations. Brandon's just playing with,
Right?
pardon me?
Oh, I'm just looking at you. Turning it sideways so I can read it.
With tracks, printing out reports. It just shows you there the number of citations for the month and who wrote them and what they were for. So it was a relatively light traffic month. And they've broken up between non-traffic and traffic. And we had 2 accidents. All right. The next page is the breakdown of the fuel, starting mileage, ending mileage by full-time officer, which squad it was used, how much fuel they used, the average miles per shift, total miles per month. The bottom under fuel is the total for gasoline. The average is the average of all 4 full-time officers per shift. And you can see the night guys are just about doubling a little than what we do during the day, which is about normal. And then the CAD calls for the month, I think we might have put these in, they're in the right order. There was 130 for May, which is down, and I put the year-to-date after that, which is 764. And just while I was in there and I was able to get it to work for a change, I put in May of last year, which was 258 complaints in May versus 150 this month. And I was just curious, and I put in the last 4.5 years. From January 1st of, if I can get to it here. So it gets to be long pages. January 1st of 2011 through the end of May, we had 12,235 complaints. Now, I remember last year, Nick, you and I talked about trying to break it out to how many are on days, how many are on nights, how many are on Mondays, Fridays.
Right.
There's one person who might know how to do that up at the sheriff's department. I'm gonna go up and see her next week and see how difficult it is, because I'm curious to go by time of day, and you can do it. I mean, I can say, well, how many complaints were there between noon and 2 o'clock on Wednesday the 2nd, but I gotta put every single one of those fields in.
Uh-huh.
I'd rather do 12-hour blocks or
Right.
4-hour blocks. So we're working with that. And that was the end. The only other thing was the lockers were installed. They were here yesterday and finished up today. They look nice. And that would be the extent of it.
Okay. I guess we don't need anything for reporting, I mean, for okaying that, or do you?
No, that's
This
just
report is just
info.
informational.
The only info I have then is that Gold Cross is slated to come to the July 12th meeting, or the next meeting. I'm assuming it's gonna be July 12th. And then also I believe it's July 26th is when that ambulance consortium meeting is that they're gonna hold here. And with that, that's gonna be all the towns and communities that are west of the Fox Valley. So it starts like in Hortonville, Ellington, and then moves this way, just the far side of Weyauwega. There's like 32, 33 of them. That's gonna be here. We're clarifying how Gold Cross, who they allow at that meeting and who they want at that meeting. Because it sounds like there is a request, I think the fire chief was here last month. And I think he had indicated that he had not been invited, or I don't want to speak for him, but there was something where he had concern about whether he's able to go. But for sure, we're gonna have them here to this committee in July. And that would be a time to speak about the agreement that we have that they proposed to us, an agreement on a lease on that garage that they've been using, and then also any concerns or complaints. I would hope that if anybody's got any concerns on response times, service, Gold Cross should be prepared to answer those things in July at our meeting. Where most of the time, I don't think that they're denying anybody's request to appear before their meetings, but they're hoping that they can go to this consortium and cover 30 communities. And we've asked, that they come to our meeting too, because those are, we've got some concerns and things have been brought up to us that we would like to have them address. The only other thing I do have is right now, we are running the emergency siren on top of the building. That's the manual switch. We've had two companies taking a look at a more permanent solution, which would be more of like a radio controlled switch rather than having it hardwired. But we do have some quotes. I guess the question I would have for you guys is whether you would want quotes on that to come through this committee, because it's an emergency type operation, or would you rather have it go through like a finance committee, because that's who's been reviewing this project. We're gonna take care of it outside of the city hall project with Immel, because we're gonna be able to save some money on it. But do you guys have some preference on which way that goes for an approval?
I would say maybe here. I mean, if the other committee didn't have anything to do with it.
I'm guessing Tom's gonna want some input on
Mm-hmm.
the feedback. So whenever that came to you guys, I'm sure he'll come, because
Right.
there's some options on whether or not they can control it by radio from the fire
Yeah.
department, or by portable radio, or by phone.
Yeah.
I would think it would come here, just because of what it is.
Okay. That sounds good. That's all I've got.
Okay. All right, anything else? For department updates, Jerry, anything?
That's it.
That's it, okay. Any other such matters authorized by law?
No.
Bruce, do you have anything? No? Okay. Then I guess I would look for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second it?
Okay, motion made and seconded to adjourn, all in favor? Aye?
Aye?
Aye.
6:42.
6:42.